at what we have there. It says that's under table relationship. It says to prevent the duplication of information in a database by repeating fields in more than one table. Table relationship can be established to link fields of tables together, right? Let's look at the keyword. Duplication of information in a database by repeating fields in more than one table. If you look at the example down, we have two tables. We have items table and we have others table. In the first one, which is the items table, we have items ID, and the others table also we have others, items ID. So that the information you have there is the same. So when you have table like this that are two or more, where there is one particular information or more than one that repeats itself, to avoid me entering that particular information more than once, then I can do what? I can use a table relationship. That is what this is talking about. So you have there the steps to create a relationship. It says, the other paragraph says, when you create a relationship between tables, the related fields, that's the field you use to relate them, don't need to have the same name. It's not that they must have the same name. However, related field must have the same data type. Data type for this field and that field must be the same, but the name is not compulsory, except the primary key is an auto number field. That's the only exception. So how do we solve this problem? Let me quickly create another table, database. So I open my access, then let's call this one, let's call it relationship. That's the name of this database, relationship. Then I click on create. As usual, I said you remove this, so the next thing I'll go to create table design. What are the field names that we have? Items ID, Next is what? Items name. Items type. And what again? Unit price. Now for items ID, text, text, text. But for the unit price, going to be what? Currency. So I will now assign primary key to this. I will give it primary key. Can I see that? I'll give it primary key. Then I will save it. My method goes here. I want to save, yes. So let's call it items table. Then click OK. Next, I'll go and create again. Create table design. What do you have there? Items ID, What again? Order name. And what again? Order type and quantity order. The other type for this will be what? For this one, it's going to be number. There's what we call primary key, which we discussed yesterday. There's also what we call foreign key. I have what we call primary key. I have what we call foreign key. The first table, I assigned primary key to it. For this second table, I'm not going to assign primary key to it. But I'm going to relate this table with the other one. So in that way, we say the first table is having primary key, while the second one is having a foreign key. Yes, it's having a foreign key. So I'm not going to assign primary key to it. I'll just save it as what? Orders table. And say okay. It's asking me, there's no primary key defined. Do you want to create the primary key now? Just say no. Table is saved. You will not enter any record inside. Next, you now follow these steps to create your relationship, which is you go to this database tools, then you click on what? Table relationship, click on relationships here. So that brought this table. Like the other one we did yesterday where I meant is show the table. So the two we have, showing the two of them alone. So I'll double click this one, items table and others table. Two of them are added, close. So you relate by dragging the ID from here onto this one. I can drag this, I see that this one has primary key, this one does not. I can drag this one from here on top of this quantity order. What did they write? Items ID against quantity order. So that type of relationship is called one-to-many relationship. Let's cancel it. That's not what I want. You can drag items ID to other name. That's it. Relationship that I want to many is also one-to-many. So items ID against other name. But that's not what we actually want. So I'm not showing that you can use any field. So what I'm relating, using to relate is items ID against items ID. Drag this one from here on top of this items ID. You see it here. So it's a one-to-many relationship. You get one primary key determining what other items you are, what other details you can supply. So that's a one-to-many relationship. There's a type of relationship called many-to-many relationship, and also a one-to-one relationship. So but this one is called one-to-many relationship. So you have to select this three button. Enforce referential integrity, cascade update, cascade delete. Let me see whether that is explained down here. Okay, it's also explained there. If you check the next page, it says, consider, look at it from this particular page. This is your page 5. Consider the items and others table. The items ID field is common in both the two tables. Can you see that? The items ID items table is assigned primary key, while the other table is assigned foreign key. And that's what is meant by foreign key now. Therefore, items table is a primary table, while the others table is a related table. You know, the other subheading here says referential integrity. It says referential integrity enforces the following rules. That's what I select there. Enforce referential integrity. What will referential integrity, what will it do if you select it? If you not select it, this will not happen. What will it do? That's what is explained on the next page. It says, when you enter a value in the foreign key field, can you see that? When you enter a value in the foreign key field, which one is the foreign key field now? Let's say other name, or let's say this items ID. Eh? That is a foreign key. This particular one is a primary key. This one is a foreign key now. So you say when you enter a value in the foreign key field, and this value does not exist in the primary key field, it is not accepted. If you did not enter items ID 001 here, and you enter items ID 001 here, it will not be accepted. It will not be accepted. That is what it means. That's what number one saying. Number two, when you delete a record in the primary table, all matching records in the related table are deleted. What does that mean? If I decide to delete record, if you look at that table that we have the first line, items 00342, which is sugar, beverage, $10, and that item is ordered free duty package 22. If you delete that item, every other one that's in the other table, all of them will also be deleted. That is what that place is saying. That's what the job of this cascade delete. You delete something from here, the matching record in this will also be deleted. That's what this one will do for you. Cascade delete. Cascade update. That's what number 3 is saying. When you modify the value of a primary key field in the primary table, all records that have a foreign key value similar to the primary key value are also modified. And this is called cascading update. You see that? If you make changes to the items ID here, the items ID you have here will also be modified. So that is what it is saying. So that's the essence of me selecting these 3 buttons. If you not select it, these 3 options I mentioned will not work. So next, I'll just click on what? Create. You see that? So after creating, this one is not necessary. You can drag it like this, doesn't mean anything. So just close it or save yes. So let's see how it works. After you create the relationship, you will now open items ID. You enter your record. What's the items ID? 00C42. Abi? The items name is what? Sugar. Items type, beverage. Unit price. Eh? Now observe, check, look. I want to click down here now. I now click down here like this. Bam. As I click down there, what do you observe? What do you observe? You're not paying attention. Okay, let me do it again. The next one, items ID what? 00C43, Abi. The name is what? Milk. And it's also beverage. How much? $15. What do you observe? There's a plus sign that appears here. That is because this table has a relationship with another table. So this second table here, you do not need to close this one and come back here. You can open this table from within this because there's relationship. That's what it does. So I'll do that by clicking this plus sign. You see that? And when you now click this plus sign, you will see that the information will only start from the one that are different. It will not ask you to enter items ID again. Because that's what you use to relate them. That's what is common in the two tables. So you only enter the difference. And what's the difference? Other name is what? Free duty. Sorry, free duty. Other type is what? Package. Quantity order 22. That's for this first one. You can go back, then go to the second one. Other name is what? Charge duty. Other type is what? Fragile. And quantity order 15. See that? That's how you enter it. Let's save and close. Then let me come here now, open this one. What do you observe? Yeah, this information are here. But this one I did not type it in. When I type for the leader table is what is reflecting here. That's relationship. I actually created one job like that is very complex and all these things were interwoven that I did. I don't know whether I can still find that paper. If I can still find that paper, I would have given it to you to go and do as your own practice. So that is table relationship. That's how to create relationship and that's what it does. So yesterday I have partially mentioned about query, Abby. So let's look at it again. You say a query is a way of asking questions about the data stored in the tables, right? Queries select record from one or more tables in a database so that they can be viewed, analyzed, and sorted on a common data sheet. What does that mean? You can query more than one table. So we are going to use this particular table now. You know, we have a table that we use to store items information. We have another table that we use to store other information. As a customer, okay, as a manufacturer, when we manufacture this item, we have information, we store it online. As a customer, you also go and view all this information you order for them online. So these are two tables. So we want to fetch information. We want to fetch information from the items table. We fetch some information from the orders table. We join them together. That's a query. So he said query can select record from two or more tables, and join them together. So the resulting collection of records is known as data set. Where is that? Analyze and sort in the comments. The resulting collection of records called the data set is saved as database object and can therefore be easily used in the future. The query will be updated whenever the original tables are updated. I did something like that yesterday. You get? I did something like that. So before I do that other one, let's use this. So to create a query, I'm going to create query design. Which table do you want to query? This time, the two of them. I want to query this and this. You see what this field means? It means that you select the field that you want. But if you start from field, it's confusing. You start from field, it's confusing. You just come here, say, I want to query items table. What do I want to query from items table? I need the items ID. You go to the next column. I want to select from items table. What do I want from there? I need the unit price. Since the item has ID, let's not put name again. Let's just say unit price only. You see that? Also, I want from the orders table. And what do I want from there? I need the quantity order. But this one is a long method. You get me? It's a long method. It's the same thing as let me delete. I'll select this, delete columns. The same thing as the tables are here. Just double click what you want. From items table, I need the items ID, I need the items type, and unit price. Did you say it? See the way it appears. Then from the orders table, what do I need? I just need the quantity order. That's all. So you have selected 3 items from the first table, 1 item from the second table. That's what you have done. Are we together? So next, you just come here. What do I want? I want to calculate the total price now so that when you order for this item, you know how much you are supposed to pay. So I can now say total price or just total, anyone. Let me use capital letter. Total. I told you you must put a full column. Then use this brace bracket. So what will I type? Someone should tell me. What will I type now? What will find total price? What will I type? Speak up. Oh, let me hear. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Esther. Esther is not here at all. You are lost. Abi? You understand? Oh yeah, now what will I type now? This way. So I just say unit price, close the bracket, times what? Times what? Quantity order. Capitalization does not matter. It's the spelling that's important. Here I use small letter. Here now I'm typing capital letter. Does not matter. What matters is that the spelling you use here must correspond with the spelling that you have used in the table. That's all. And I'll save it. Let's call it total price. That's the query. So look at it. 10 times 22. That's what it has done. You get it. Today I just taught them payroll. You can see it on the board. Remember I've done something like this for an Excel. So we can also use query to do it. So this time around we are doing it together. So I'm asking you to be telling me. Now what does this part here? What does it say? He said that example on query payroll. There's a table. That's what I say. Table. The first create table with serial number, name, base salary. That's the table. Then the allowance that you are going to use is what you have in the second table by the right side. In fact, this allowance that is specified by the right side is not even necessary again because the formula is already written down that you need. But that on the right side, just like an explanation, those are the percentage that you should use. Then how you will type it actually is written down. So let's do that now. I'll simply go to, I'm not supposed to do it for you, but there's no time. So I'll create a table. What do we have there? Serial number. What's next? Serial number. Let me use auto number. Next is what? Names, text, and basic salary, which is I will then put primary key to this place. You see that? I'll just assign primary key to this place. Then I will save the table as usual. I will save it with the name of what should I use? No, let's not call it. Let's call it staff info. So that's what I'm using to create the table. The table is created, then you enter your information inside. What are the names? Monday, Job. See all these names that you are seeing here, they are name of my ex-students that I always remember them from time to time. Joy Umechukwu is one village girl those days that came to Lagos to study computer and she did well. Who again? Jane Frances. Jane Frances was one of my wonderful students those also those days. Next is who? Name Samuel Large. Actually, his name is Samuel. Large is not his name, but it's one that gave himself that name, Samuel Large, because he likes things big. Doesn't like anything small, like anything big. So he called himself Samuel Large. Where again? Name Osfall. Was what he even called me recently. He's in Port Harcourt. He's a what they call it, mechanical engineer. Sha. He was the first person that always disturbed me about AutoCAD. He wants to learn AutoCAD. That AutoCAD he wants is using to work now. And then Banjo Sheung. Banjo Sheung is my friend. Friend, my very good friend. All right. What are the basic salary? 35,000. Next, 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 and then you see that? Just type that. That's the table. We have created table. We have entered our record. Just like what we have here. So this one you are doing everything on the same worksheet. But this one we create table first. Then we now use the table to create a query. In the query, that's where you carry out all the calculations. You know, the one we just did now, we extract information from table 1, table 2, some from table 1, some from table 2. But here, we will extract all of them. We need all the information. So what's next? After saving this table with all the details, I go to where? Create, query, design. Abi, which table am I querying? I don't need others. Close. What are the things I need? Just double click. Let's put the three of them. So now begin the calculation. I wish I can zoom this thing very well, but is there any way I can do it? No. I only expand this place. So the first thing I will calculate is what? Trans. That trans is just like calculating transport allowance. So I'm going to type it trans. The line type it complete. Remember I told you have to put full column, Abi. Then open bracket. Then what will I write? Basic salary, close the bracket, times what? You see, in Excel, you can write percentage direct, just like what you are seeing on the board. 4.5% times, understand? But here, in Access, you cannot write percentage. So that your percentage, you have to convert to the decimal. So convert to decimal. And when you are dealing with it's not a variable again, it's not a constant. 0.0 whatever. So it's not a constant. So a constant, you don't put it inside bracket. The other one, basic salary, is a variable, like something that will change. So that's why you need bracket. It needs to be in the bracket like that. But a constant, you don't need that. So if you take 7% in decimal, it's going to be what? 7 over 100. And that's what? 0.07. So that's how we got that. So times 0.07. Can you see that? So this will calculate transport allowance for me. Next, what am I calculating? Feeding. Right, feeding. So I'll put my column, then I'll open my bracket and say what? Be telling me basic salary times what? 0.0 eh? 6, Abi. So go to the next column. The next one is what? Medical. Medical allowance. You put my column, open bracket, basic salary, close the bracket, times what? 0.04, that's 4%. The next column, what are you calculating? What is GP? Gross pay. So you can write GP, gross pay, anyhow you want it, but to just save time, I'm writing GP. Then put my column, and GP is going to be what? Basic salary. You have to close the bracket, plus what? That's our transport allowance, close bracket, plus, open another one, medical, Abi, close the bracket, plus what? Feeding, good, plus feeding, open bracket. Is it complete? Is my spelling correct? Now I now go to the next column. The next column, what am I calculating? Tax. Say tax, put your column. Tax is what? Basic salary. Put the close the bracket, times what? 0.02. The next column, you are calculating what? PF, that's pension fund, or just pension. Pension fund, that's the PF there. Open bracket, that's going to be what? Basic salary, close the bracket, times what? 5, 4, okay. Then the next column is what? So either you write a total deduction, just write TD. So let's shorten it, TD. TD in that case stands for total deduction, and that's what? Tax, close bracket, plus what? PF, that's what we use, close bracket. Now calculate TD for us. Lastly, we are calculating what? Net salary. So let me write it complete. Say net salary. You must put full column, the open bracket. Net salary is what? GP, that's the gross pay. Close the bracket, minus what? So what did we use? TD minus TD. That's what I put. Now I see that my error, there's error there. What's the error? What's the error? That your TD must be in bracket like this. Minus, open bracket, TD, close bracket. Is that complete? So if there is any of those things that we write that is not complete or not there, that's where it will give you error. But if everything is correct, it will give you answer straight. So let's save it. I'll quickly or simply close. Once you save, yeah, let's save it as payroll. Then I'll say okay, and here is my result. I see that. So Monday job earns $35 per month. Transport allowance, that's the 4% or 7%, 2,450, plus feeding 2,001, plus medical 1,008, 242114 plus 35,000. We give you what is 40,950. 700 plus 14 give you this 21. Add this, remove this 21 from this 4,950. That's why we give you this last one. That's the next page. So that's how you use query to calculate or to do payroll. You get it? I was not saying something yesterday. You see, this same thing is what they do in Marvin. Just assume that this is the staff of Marvin. These are their name, and this is their basic salary. This is their transport allowance, feeding, pension, everything. We have itemized it like this. Understand? So what the staff wants is that at the end of every month, because there are times you late, if you are late, they will remove your money. You not wear the right clothes in the beginning, you find it for that, they will remove your money. Maybe you did not come to school 1, 2, 3 days, they will calculate the days you did not come, they will remove it. So at the end of the month, you should be able to see it. What are the things that gave you net pay? That's what we call pay slip. So this pay slip now, your feeding is this, Your medical is this, your this is this. So this is your net pay. So if there's a column for, we can create a column in advance that fine or lateness or wrong cloth or absence. So those column will now enter value there that okay, this is how much you were charged for absent, 2 days absent, 10,000. 3 days absent, lateness, 1.5. We write it there. So it's said calculate everything for you. So you should be able to print it every month and give it to every staff. So I was telling you, the person that is in charge does not know how to actually handle it, which this access can do it for me easily. Understand? If you just put all the information, you can do the calculation in Excel. You also compute it in Access. So Access can help me to print pay slip easily every month. So I don't want to talk that I have idea or I know how to do it, because once I say so, they ask me to do it. If I'm doing it, where am I getting? Nothing. So I just do like this. There are many problems that we have that I know how to use computer to solve the problem. But I will not talk because if I just say, okay, we can do like we are doing it. Not do it. What am I getting? Nothing. No, I'm not Father Christmas. So the one that I'm already doing is enough. Where am I? So you will achieve that. Let me quickly do that. You can achieve that by using reports. That is the last one. So probably only form. That's what we'll be discussing tomorrow. So I want to print this result out. If I want to print from here, go to File, click on Print. What do you observe? Print Preview. Let's say Print Preview. Look at the way it is. Let's read Landscape. You will observe that this information will print the name on Monday, Joy, Jave, everybody on one paper. And that's not what I want. You understand? What I want is I want you to print the information on Monday on one A4 paper, separate. That of Joy separate, Jane Francis separate on different paper. Probably 2 people on one paper. You can make those adjustments from here. If you use what? Report. How will you do that? I will now go to, just close all this one. I'll just go to create. This time around, I'll go to report. Then use report wizard. Where is it? Report wizard. It's asking you which table or query do you want to create this report. That payroll, that's what I want. Can you wait? I'm occupied now. So I want to select all the fields. So I'll just click this to select all the fields. I'll click next. Did you want to add any grouping level? No. Click next. You can sort. You want to sort by name, by whatever, what you want to use to sort. You can sort or ignore it. Next. Layout. How do you want your report to be layout? If you leave it in tabular, it will still remain the same the way it has been in table. That is by tabular. So the one that will help is either this columnar or justify. Let's try this. Then I'll click next. Then give it title. Any title you like, then click on finish. What do you observe? So that this is my A4 paper now. The first person. You can see the way it appears now. Instead of like this before, now coming like this. So let's check. This is the print preview. So it means if I print on this page 1 of 3, since say page 1 of 3, it means I can print this information out now. This is your net salary. If I print it, I'll just cut this paper and I will be able to give this person this printout that this is your pay slip for this month. This is how we arrive at your net salary. You see the problem solved? See the second person, Joy, this is the net pay. Just click next. You can see the next person, number 3, number 4. This one even show 3, number 5. See the next person, you can see the information there. So we are able to achieve the using what? Report. You just print, you use 3 pages to print. And when you print, 2 people or 3 can be on one A4 based on the information we supply. Then we can easily cut the paper every month and I can give it out like that. If you do not use, which one did I use? Justify. Columnar, so I use. So I use justify. Let's see the way it appears. Notice it's go to where create report wizard, create a report of this, select all, next, next, next. I used this last time, Abby. Then let's use this, Abby. Then click next. You can change this information, then click finish. Look at the way it appears. This is the name of the person, serial number one. See your name. This is your basic salary. This is your transfer allowance. This is your feeding. This is your medical. This is your this, that. This is your net pay. You can see it. So this is the way it appears. This one is even more compact. It's even compact. So I can print one, two, three. Three people on one paper. This one is using 2 page. See the next person? It's also 3 people. So once I print it out, I'll just cut it, slice it easily. You get it? So that's how to use